Welcome back, fans of Colorado Mesa Athletics. You are now tuning in to Maverick Postgame, where we got all the highlights, stats, and analysis of your CMU Mavericks.
Hello everyone, my name is Bryce Langley.
And I am Stephanie Bush.
This past weekend, the red-hot Lady Mavericks basketball team extended their 15-game win streak by 2 games in games versus Regis University and Colorado Christian University. The first, on Friday, saw the team take on Regis University in a game that showed the continued dominance of the Lady Mavericks on the hardwood. Although the first half featured some sloppy play, the Mavs took control with the third quarter that saw them outscore the Rangers 21-6. From that point, they never looked back, going on to win by double digits with a final score of 56-46. Top performers of the game included Jalen Duran and Sydney Brandon. Duran put up 22 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists in a game that saw her scoring on a different level of anyone else on the court, shooting 9 for 19. Brandon collected the boards on both ends of the ball with rebounds up to 6, and it was a force on the defensive end with 3 steals recorded. The next day, the Lady Mavericks went face-to-face with the women's basketball team from Colorado Christian University. Yet again, Jalen Duran was a star, recording a stat line of 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. The other big storyline from the game was the rebounding effort of the Mavs, who out-rebounded the CCU Cougars 41-29. In addition to a solid 7 rebounds, Sydney Brandon again made waves by collecting 4 steals. CMU would win their 17th straight game with a final score of 57-42.
Your Colorado Mesa men and women's diving team went to Colorado Springs on Friday to take on some Division I teams at the Air Force Invitational. Leading the team on the men's side, Amar Hassan took 2nd and Noah McCumber took 10th. Pretty impressive for the tough competition. Hassan tallied 381.30 points for 6 dives in preliminaries, improving his score in finals to 397.10 points. The national qualifying score is 295, an easy shoo-in for Hassan. McCumber fell just short of the qualifying score for this meet, ending with 278.15 points. On the women's side, Abigail Smith finished 29th with a score of 203.45 points, and Natalia Dalk took 31st with 195 points.
This past Friday night, your men's Mavericks wrestling team took to the mats in Bronson Arena against the New Mexico Highlands Cowboys. And after a 10-bout night that included 2 forfeits, the Mavericks proved dominant with a 37-6 effort. Seth Lathman and Nolan Crone scored 13-2 and 14-1 respectively, earning major decision victories over their opponents. 7th-ranked Eduardo Penha also picked up a pin victory over Cowboy Duran Manzanares at 4 minutes and 10 seconds in a match in the 141-pound weight class. The second pin of the night came from Donnie Negus, who wrestled 2 weight classes above his normal class at 197 pounds. Both men's and women's wrestling teams have events over the next week. The men's team take on Colorado School of Mines on Wednesday and follow up against CSU Pueblo the very next day. On Friday, your Lady Mavericks will be heading to Georgia for the Women's Collegiate Wrestling Association National Championships.
The Colorado Mesa men's basketball team took a hit on Friday in the Bronson Arena, losing to Regis University 75-78. The Mavericks shot percentage 50.8% from the field and 21.4% from the 3-point line. Connor Nichols did his job, leading the Mavs with 19 points. Damon DeBow followed Connor with 15 points and 6 rebounds, and Tommy Nuno tallied 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Brandon Hoffer tied with Nuno with 5 assists as well. Saturdays seem to be a lucky charm for your Maverick men's basketball team. Despite the upset on Friday, the Mavs managed to pocket a win over the Colorado Christian Cougars with a final score of 94-63. Their biggest lead of the game was 31 points at the 7:59 point in the second half. Their shooting percentage was 61.4 from the field and 75.9 from the free throw line, resulting in one of their best shooting nights of the season. Kudos to Damon Dubois with the game-high 19 points. Kenzo Nudo tallied 17 points and Connor Nichols edged in 12. Your Mavericks improved to 14-7 on the season and 9-6 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. The men and women's track and field team made their way to Albuquerque, New Mexico on Friday for the New Mexico Collegiate Classic. On the men's side, Justin Sandberg improved his NCAA Division II qualifying height to 4.92 meters. The freshman is now tied for 14th on the national performance list. Sandberg finished 9th out of 16 as the only Division II athlete on the field. Ethan Harris snagged 3rd in his high jump, clearing 2.02 meters. The Mavericks had 2 ladies competing in the long jump on Friday. Kiana Jackson took 23rd with a mark of 5.08 meters, and Cheyenne Delouch took a foul on her only attempt. Your Mavericks men and women's track team split up their locations on Saturday, with some athletes competing in their second day at the New Mexico Collegiate Classic and some competing at the Colorado Invitational in Boulder, Colorado.
On the Mavs' second day in Albuquerque, senior D'Angelo Foster continued to carve away time on his own school record on the 60-meter hurdle, improving his time to 8.09 seconds in both the preliminaries and the finals for the event. Foster beat other Division I hurdlers. Foster is now tied for the 17th spot nationally. Meanwhile, in Boulder, at the Buffs indoor practice facility, the Mesa men's 4x400-meter A relay team of Jag Grant, Carl Hyde, Nathan Oglesby, and Max Carter Kemp crushed a 6-year Maverick record, finishing with a time of 3:22.14. The relay time was 2.36 seconds faster than the former school record. On the women's side, Jill Payne finished 5th in a field of 46 runners, leading CMU in the 400 meters with a time of 56.95 seconds, just shy of her own school record of 56.36 seconds. McKenna Mulder finished 11th in the same event and moved up 2 spots to number 3 in Mavericks history with a time of 57.99 seconds. 2 fellow freshmen, Haley Golden and Sydney Treichler, also became the 6th and 7th Mesa women to go under a minute. Golden took 20th and Treichler took 22nd. Thank you everyone for watching this week's edition of Maverick Postgame. Join us next week for more coverage of your CMU Mavericks. I'm Bryce Langley.
And I am Stephanie Bush. See you next time.